music production.
All right, y'all, welcome to another episode of Unfriended. Today, I got really, anytime I think about entrepreneurship, you're one of the main people that pops in my head. You know, we'll get into why and all that. You know, you wear multiple hats. You're doing a lot, you know, a lot of different stuff. So props to that. It's inspiration to me. So before we get started, let me give a shout out to our sponsor, Panther City Hat Company. If you like comfortable, stylish, and well-made hats with Fort Worth in mind, definitely check them out. The holidays are coming up. It'll make a really good gift. Right now, they're going to be doing 15% off for Unfriended viewers and listeners at their online store. Just use the code Unfriended at checkout over at their website. It's PantherCityHatCo.com. It's PantherCityHatCo.com. Then you can check them out at Panther City Hat Company on Instagram and Facebook. I'm going to put all these links below. So if you missed that, don't worry about it. Then a shout out to Klarity Music Group for the production of this podcast. You can check them out over at claritymusicgroup.com. It's Klarity with a K. And then you can really find them anywhere. Just put Klarity Music Group LLC in Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Again, it's Klarity with a K. You'll find us wherever. Get a hold of us. And then again, man, you got your boy Rob G and my co-host T over here holding it down. Repping a little Panther City Hat Co today. It's one of the shirts they have. But yeah, man, so I got my boy Vic Dada today, man. What's going on?
Nothing much. Another day.
Yeah, you know, I saw you rolled up in the new truck today, man. What's up with that? And you know,
well,
it's a nice whip.
Appreciate it. It's just part of the packaging I'm trying to get for myself on my production.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's a nice truck.
It is.
Put some money into it.
Check it out. I wasn't expecting you. I don't know what you drove, but I didn't know you were doing all that. That's a nice truck.
I try to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. I want to talk to you about, man. Is just you really seem to just not have a comfort zone.
No, I don't. I don't think I do.
If you do, you don't show it. You know what I mean? Because you just, we could just start from the very beginning. Especially, I know a little bit about you, but not that much. And my boy T knows absolutely nothing, man. So if we could just reverse all the way back to the jump, and we'll speed through a lot of it. But if you could, tell the viewers and especially my boy T over here, what from the, I know you're from Nigeria.
Yeah.
And let's start there real quick. Like, what was your journey to even just getting over here, and how, why, when, stuff like that?
Okay, so I left Nigeria about 2011. I graduated from high school 2009, 2010.
Okay.
So, around, I would say 2009. I didn't really grow up much in Nigeria other than right after high school. I found myself here in the United States. I have a few friends, still back home from school, from the little time I spent back there. But I really didn't have something solid back in Nigeria. I was still young.
Yeah.
Still living with my parents. And right after that, I came here today to the States.
So I noticed, you got your brother with you, but other than him, is your entire family back in Nigeria?
Yeah, actually, yeah. And my mom usually do visit, every once in a while. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was here just
how long is that flight, man?
24-hour flight.
It's a 24-hour flight? How many times have you made that flight?
Just one time.
Oh, one time?
Yeah. I haven't been back home since.
Okay. But you do still consider that home, though?
Yeah, it is home, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really, really looking forward to my visit. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Whenever I go back there.
Yeah, you're gonna be stunting.
Yeah.
Huh?
And a lot of fun and a lot of work, at the same time. Yeah.
What work do you have going on out there?
Well, that's still kind of it. It's been a minute since I left, so me going back is just kind of like try to settle again. It's like being in a new environment, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's been 8 years, so I haven't forgotten a lot, but I've
But you've
a
been
few
gone for
things.
almost a
Yeah, I've been
decade, so
exactly,
you
exactly.
gotta,
So I got to go back, study the environment again, see some of the few things I could do, which I do have ideas.
Okay.
Just that I have to be there physically to see
Yeah.
how to execute
Right.
those plans.
If you don't mind me
Exactly.
asking, can you elaborate on maybe some of your ideas, or do you not want to speak on it yet, or
Well,
I'm just curious. I mean, what?
it's still a thought. I mean, it's production is one of it.
Right. Yeah, and we'll get to that.
Yeah. So like we'll get into that, but I do a little bit of real estate as well.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
getting into it.
Okay.
I'm still young, but
Yeah, man. How
I'm
old are
just
you?
getting my feet into it. 27. Yeah.
Man, yeah. You.
So still getting my feet wet, trying to get into investment part, even if I have
Okay.
to, which real estate is an investment as
Right.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. That's what's up, man.
So
Then so you flip cars.
yeah.
You still doing that, right?
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah. So
doing
now you're
that.
getting
Yeah.
into real estate,
Yeah.
and I hadn't talked to you in a real long time, and we talked recently about you starting another business venture, which is going to be a production company.
Yeah. I'm
What
really
what
looking
made you
forward
even
to
want to
that.
get into that?
See, I've always wanted to get into production. I've always loved music, let's put it like that. Uh,
Yeah, I remember
I
you. We
used,
talked.
yeah.
Yeah, we
I,
almost actually. You almost
True.
invested in my
Yeah.
company. That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
True, true. But I had so
Hmm.
much going on at the point. And even, yeah, I want to get into the production. I've always loved music. Back home, I used to be one of those few people who listen to country music, even back in
Oh, country
Nigeria.
music.
Yeah,
Okay,
it wasn't really popular, but
just American country
yeah,
music.
yeah.
Like
Well, I
okay.
listen to a lot of Dolly Parton,
Hey, okay.
Kenny Rogers, Don Williams. Those old country, not really the newer ones.
Yeah, the real
Yeah,
country.
yeah, the
Not
real
the
country.
pop. Not the
Yeah,
pop.
but
Sorry for the listeners and viewers. I don't know what's going on upstairs, but they need to chill out with all that. I'm about to send T up there and go ahead and have to stop all that, man. Sorry if that's affecting the quality of the audio. But dude, I don't know. You're busy, so you probably don't have time to really be sitting on Netflix or whatever. But Dolly Parton just put out a like a little series and
on Netflix,
on
I think
Netflix, yeah, and it's
I've seen
pretty
that.
dope. I'm halfway through it right now, but what she did was she took all her hit songs and she'll take a song and then they have like a little really like a 45-minute little episode, and it's people acting out the song, and she'll chime in every now and again about you know
I need to go see that.
it's
I've
dope.
seen it on
I'm
Netflix, but I
surprised
haven't
that
watched
you're
it
because
yet.
I don't know many fans of her. 'Cause we're a
Yeah,
younger generation,
yeah,
and also you're from Nigeria, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's a
I
pretty.
grew up listening to her,
Mm,
and those were some of the music that actually were inspiring. It's not
okay,
just that I
yeah,
listened to the song. I try to listen to the
but
lyrics.
they're actually saying
Because
yeah,
yeah, and yeah, some of them are quite inspiring. It makes you think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
outside of what
Exactly,
you used to knowing. Uh,
exactly.
the normal music everyone
So
listen to.
back home, what is normal? Like whenever you're, because how long have you been here again? So I don't.
8 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you did grow up over there.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you've
I grew
mentioned
up over
multiple
there.
times
Yeah,
you didn't really grow up over there, but you did, man.
yeah. I did till I was 18,
Yeah. So
till
you
after high school. Well, I didn't
completely
get to
grew.
explore, if that makes sense. I didn't get. I wasn't that kid who grew up outside. I was more
Oh,
of
okay.
a indoor
Okay,
person.
I got you.
Always doing.
So
So
you've changed quite a bit then
yeah,
from since coming here.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I
man.
have.
And you've changed even just from the little time I've known you, because it's that is one thing I wanted to bring up. One of my talking points was, when I first met you, we met. I don't even want to speak of all that. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Those are days I'm trying to forget. You know what I mean? But that's the bottom of the bottom. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you were going to school then.
Yes, I
And
was.
so whenever whenever you're how do I word it? You're back home. You're wanting to come to America. I'm assuming to branch out and actually get some stuff going, right? I mean, what was your reasoning for even coming here?
Well, coming here was to go to school,
That's
which
what
I
I was
really
thinking.
wanted to. I tried everything I could to actually go to school.
Yeah.
I
I
was,
remember at work you'd be doing
yeah,
homework
yeah,
at
doing
night.
assignments, yeah.
But what I was gonna I was gonna bring this full circle to say you abandoned the school,
Yes, I
right?
had to. It wasn't a choice. It was more of
Well,
a, so after I got fired from
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so
yeah. So did I.
exactly. So I really didn't have anything else going on. I just started the car business
Mhm.
at the point where I got fired.
Yeah,
Uh,
you needed bread and you
yes,
found a way
I
in,
just
and
exactly. So I got a car. The first car I got was actually for about $375. And
yeah.
I sold it for 700. And
Okay,
that was how it started.
that's
I
T
got a
flips
car.
cars.
Yeah, I
So
got a
y'all
car.
something in common y'all have. I want to get
Exactly.
into it as well. He flips
So
cars too, and I know nothing about it, man. But I know for a while, dude, you were hitting it. Are you
yeah.
still going as hard as you were? Cause
I still yeah, I
you were
still am.
going,
Yeah, I have my used car. I would say it's used car because it's
yeah.
cash cars. It's not even, but I have my own little dealership where I sell cash cars, and I just I had to quit school just to pretty
To
much do it
maintain
full
that.
time. Yeah, to
Yeah,
maintain
because
it.
I remember you saying your phone started blowing
Yeah,
up, and
exactly. So after I got into the car business, it was hard for me to continue with school, and either it was at a point where I had to choose between school or work. So I just
money,
oh money
and so
basically the hustle. So I
and
just
so I'm sure you found as a lot of Americans or just people in general that are in this country is the future is changed, man. You don't need
it
school
has
unless you're trying to be a teacher or a
true
doctor,
true.
but you don't have to go to school. And I'm not over here trying to uh, you know tell people not to
S-
go to school.
School
Everybody
makes you
has their own.
it makes you sound educated.
Yeah,
It makes you presentable, if that makes sense.
yeah,
There are
yeah.
some certain things that will be talked about in a room. You would have an idea what's going on. It's good to have that degree, even
Oh,
if
I
you
still want
didn't.
it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still a fan, like I
but
said, but it's not
it
for
doesn't really
you
play
don't
anything
need
in the
it
actual
to
world.
you don't need it to go flip cars. You
No,
don't
you
need it
don't.
to
No,
start
you
a
don't.
production
No,
company.
you
You don't
don't.
need it to do your fitness company.
No, you
You don't
don't.
need it,
True.
and that's what I learned. That's why I
Yeah.
stopped going
Yeah.
because you get brainwashed pretty much thinking, man, I gotta go to school and get the
No.
degree, and then that's gonna open up all the no,
No,
man.
no,
This
that's not
not
true.
that was true
Back
20 years
then,
ago.
true. That was true
15
20
years
years
ago, but
ago.
now we have the internet, we have YouTube, we
Yes.
have
You
the
have a
world
lot
in
of
our hands with
opportunities
that.
out there that could help you
If
grow.
you're hungry, you
Yeah.
go make it happen, and
True.
that's what you do. And so just to when then I just don't want to get I don't want to get ahead or anything, but uh just while we're still on the topic, did you come here alone?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
came here alone.
Did you know any
January.
English?
Yes, I did. Nigeria is also a English speaking country.
Oh, okay.
Though even though we have several, I mean, like almost 300 other languages,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah, over
Do you know how to
300.
speak any
Only
of those?
barely two of them,
Barely
which is
two of 'em?
my native language, Yoruba, and then
Okay.
there's one Igbo, just a little bit of Igbo, but
Okay.
not much.
Are those
Pidgin
two
English.
even similar? There's some
No,
changes. They're
They're
all
not similar.
300
They're
completely
all
different.
yeah different.
Really?
Some of them might be quite similar,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but totally different tribes. Totally different tribes. Not yeah.
So, okay, so you're coming over here. Were you, I mean, I don't want to say scared, but I mean, you're gonna be nervous and a little scared. So that's you're only a human. But did you come over here pretty confident, knowing you were gonna take off how you did? Because you're doing really great, man.
No, not really, not really. I didn't think it was. My plan was actually, like I said, was to go to school,
Yeah,
finish school, and then get a job
yeah,
somewhere.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Just
That's
like
even me
everyone
being
else thought.
even me
But
being born here, that's what I was
yeah,
fed. You got to go
yeah,
to school, you got
but
to get a degree. That's the only way you're going to be successful. But I
yeah,
started finding out when I started my studio and stuff, I'm like,
true.
I'm starting to not even have time to do both anymore. When you first met me,
Yeah,
I was just launching my production and everything,
yeah,
and I
true,
was going to school.
true.
And there started being situations where somebody wanted to record, but I had school the next morning, and I was trying to do both. I
At
did
the
do
same
both,
time,
but then it just didn't make sense anymore. I'm like, no, I don't have. I got to pick,
yeah, yeah. At some point,
and I picked to pick the money and what I wanted, and I realized I don't need to have this degree to do what I do. I don't. Nobody
you
once has
don't.
ever
True.
asked me, man, I really want to record with you, but you didn't go to college.
Yeah.
Or
At the end
sure,
of the day,
nobody's ever said, I want to buy this cash car from you, but you didn't go to
yeah.
college. Like, you know
True.
what I mean? You don't
True.
need that, man.
True.
Again, man, I'm not trying to say anything.
School is
I,
important,
I
but
go to school, I'm a few classes away from my degree, but because I do want to go, I liked meeting people, and,
yeah.
and that's what I liked about going to school was getting out of my comfort zone, and I like to learn. But at the same time, man, I'm in no rush. I just want it personally. I want to personally have it. Like you said, it is a good look, especially
Yeah.
with you and me both in business.
True.
It is a good look. And it's the knowledge and you network and it's good and everything, but it's not necessary for what we're trying to do.
True. If it's not what you want to do, or it
Yeah,
has nothing to do with what you're gonna be doing
yeah.
eventually, it's
It's a
not
lot of
really. Yeah,
time.
it's a lot of
A
time, and
lot of
it
time.
puts you in more debts.
More debt. It's
And
money. It's
yeah,
time that you could be
true.
putting towards.
Something else, being
So
productive.
Um, I mean, like I said, T over here, literally. I mean, you all right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I like
Look
to suck
alive,
up
man.
things.
Look
I'm
alive.
always alive.
Look alive, man. You got a boy over here who flips cars and everything. I figured I could chop it up a little bit about flipping cars because I know he does a good job as well. He's
Yeah. How
always
long you been
working.
doing it for?
Man, since I was about like 16, 17.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How's it been going so far?
You know, I got my up and down times because,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? It's good when it's good.
Mhm.
And then if I get off my game, it's not no up and down times because it's not like houses. You know, houses
True.
you got to market.
Uh-huh.
But like cars, it's like a consistent amount of people that
people always
needs
gonna need cash
cars.
Yeah.
cars.
And this
So
is Texas. It's pretty big, so a
yeah.
lot of people needs cars.
But like when I'm not focused, you know what I'm saying? I'm focused on other things.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the cars. But
Yeah.
I should be though. I'm going to be. You
No,
know
you
what I mean?
you have been. I mean, since because this is he's not just my co-host. This actually just that just happened organically. But he's one of the artists under Klarity Music Group.
Okay.
We're working on his debut album right now, and we were actually going to talk to you later on about some working on some photos and some videos and stuff.
Okay.
Once we get you up and or once you get up and running. I know you're in super early stages right now,
Yes, I am.
but I know you're going to be doing it for real because everything you do is you do it. It's not some half-ass.
Yeah, I'm
it's gonna
trying to.
be legit.
I'm really trying to get into it.
Yeah,
I've always had the instinct to survive, and
Yeah.
the only way I've always learned to survive is to work hard, is to keep working. Because you working, you staying busy is being productive.
Yeah,
Irregardless
yeah.
of what it is, as
Exactly.
long as you're staying busy, you're staying productive. So that's
well,
just
that actually I have a saying that I heard a couple of years ago and it really stuck with me is that is very true what you just said, but you do have to realize, and a lot of people don't seem to not get this concept, but there is a huge difference in being busy and being productive.
true.
You could be busy
True.
doing things that are not productive.
True.
You know,
That's true.
but
That's true.
that's when you dig deep. Really, on the
True.
surface, you busy, you staying
Yeah.
productive. It's same thing. But I fell into that. The reason somebody told me that was because I was not sleeping. I was staying up late working on stuff and working on mixing and editing and working on some film and all productive and busy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't really taking care of myself. That started to show through my work. My work wasn't the best quality, stuff like that.
True.
To where it's like now are
gonna
you
take out
really
of
being
it.
busy or are you being productive or you got to find that
True.
middle
Yeah,
ground. It really hit me deep because I was really like, man, if I'm sleeping, the next guy, he's not sleeping, he's still going, and I need to, and it's not just about sleep. It just, it branches into a lot of things in life, and like not spending time with family and just
Yeah,
being so
you have to balance
focused.
everything
Yeah,
out.
balance. That's
Yeah.
why I got this tattoo, literally on the hand that I hold my phone with. So any decision I make, I'm thinking. So let's say somebody, shoots me. I get an email about somebody wanting to book a session. I have no choice but to see this balance right here in my hand, and I'm thinking, yeah, I do need to take that. Or sometimes I'm like, man, you pretty overbooked, man.
Yeah.
You hadn't been sleeping well. You know what?
need to do other things.
Yeah, and so that has really done a lot for me because every decision I make, I'm holding my phone and I see this word balance right here, and I had a really big problem with that, and it doesn't go well with somebody with severe anxiety because I'm just tripping out the whole time, and so balance, man. That's you seem to have found again, I'm not sitting here just trying to boost you up, but I brought you on here for a reason. Like I said, when I think of entrepreneurship, I know a lot of entrepreneurs, man, but you're branching into completely, the cars has nothing to do with the production, and even then again, this will bring us to the next thing is um you started the car thing first, right?
Yes.
And when did the fitness company come into play?
Well, I've always done fitness even since I was in Valet. Fitness for me has been personal. It's not really about
Yeah,
making money.
yeah.
It's about taking care of myself. Going
Right,
to the
right.
gym. Just I haven't really pursued that part of being a trainer, but I've always
Okay.
loved spending time at the gym, trying to make sure I keep myself in
Yeah,
good shape, and it helps me out in my normal life routine too,
exactly,
because
exactly.
it
It don't
keeps
lean
it
too far
keeps
back.
me it keeps me alert, awake,
Yeah, it's
it
gonna
keeps
keep you
me active,
focused.
yeah.
Yeah, for
So
me,
it
same
definitely
thing.
helps, but it's also a branch that I'm looking to grow if possible,
Yeah, like I said, I
because
haven't got. This is the first time you and me have ever sat down and
yeah,
talked, man. And I know your Instagram is
Chaos
you
Fitness,
just Cares
yeah.
Fitness, and it's pretty much all fitness content on there,
Yes,
right? From what I
yes,
see.
yes, it's all fitness
And shout
content.
out to Mike Gideon. I
Yeah,
know he, again came from the same place as us.
yeah,
I'm not sure if he
yeah.
got fired or not. Seems like all the people doing successful shit out of there got fired, which I think is a
True.
sign. The universe kicking your ass up out of there,
True.
saying you need to get to
Yeah, you need
going.
to
What
move on.
you
Yeah,
need to move on.
true.
And I valeted the other day, and I'm not gonna lie, not in a arrogant or cocky sense, but
Hmm.
it felt good to valet to go get my hair cut. Or I had a meeting the other
Yeah.
day at Flying Saucer
Hmm.
for my music, and
Okay.
it's felt good using the valet service, man.
Got you. Yeah,
Because
without being.
for the listeners, man, me and him came from valet, and that it's not a good feeling valeting, man. You're getting looked down on the whole time. You're getting
Yeah.
treated like shit. People don't you don't get much
Yeah, you
respect,
don't get respect at all.
you
At all.
know.
Yeah, you don't.
And at the same time, I'm glad I did that. It showed
Yeah.
me a whole nother side of
True.
how not to act,
True.
and how far unless somebody stiffs you or something, you're gonna remember that face,
Yeah.
and little, even if it's a little dollar or something, it's the
True.
concept of like I said. I wouldn't take it back as much as that job sucked, getting rained on,
Yes.
standing out there in the cold, in the heat. But to me, that's really what started pushing me to be like, man, what am I gonna do? Because I'm not
That's
doing this.
See,
I'm not doing
that's the
this.
importance of those jobs, of jobs like that. They
Exactly.
help you realize where you don't want to be. It's not
Yes.
bad. It's just
It's a job.
it's a job. It eventually, if you know what you're doing, it's a way for you to know you have to grow. You have to grow out of it at some point.
You have to,
So
because I don't think I've ever been more depressed in my life
yeah,
than when I was working
doing
at that job,
yeah,
man. Going
that's true.
in
And
the
looking at it was
rain,
just a couple years ago, two,
well,
3 years
yeah,
ago.
and
So
time
time
flies.
flies. Yeah,
Time
everything that
flies.
happens in life is a lesson. You have
Okay.
to appreciate it as a blessing and move on past it, and
Yeah,
just
learn
keep,
from it
yeah, new
and
goals and keep moving. Yeah.
definitely, man, definitely. Let's see. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to keep you here for too long, but I do have a lot. I want to talk to you about. I want to. Let's see. So, you came here. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, did you come here to kind of test the waters and then tell your brother to like, hey, come on over here, or how did that
No,
play out? If you don't mind me asking,
he just happened to move over here.
just happened
Yes,
to.
with my mom. His first time visiting, and he likes it better, and
Okay.
give it a
Is
shot to
there?
stay over.
I would assume it. I've never been, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna assume it's a million times better, But
It
I'm
is
sure.
better.
Is there
Yeah,
is there
it is
anything better
better.
back home?
Well, a lot of things is also better back home from my own perspective.
Yeah,
From
that's what I'm asking. Is
where
your
yeah,
perspective?
when you're talking about okay, some of the things I've missed back home, food.
Food.
Yeah,
Okay.
the way people actually live. Here in the States, it's more like, oh, everyone tries to keep to their own personal, values, but
Yeah.
back home, everyone is more like
A lot more culture,
yeah,
right?
with each other. Everyone interact more. You step outside, you could talk to pretty much anyone down the street.
Yeah.
Not unlike being here, it's more private.
Yeah, you do
and,
that. They'll be like, "What the hell are you talking to me
there's
for?"
some exactly.
Stick
There's
to your
some
own.
things
Stick to your business.
exactly.
You know?
So that lifestyle is pretty. It's pretty amazing, actually. To be honest with you,
I've never experienced that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've been here, my whole life, and
you could actually step outside and talk to people as if they're literally
Yeah.
your brothers. And so much events going on down the street. You could just step outside and there's
Yeah.
so much going on to entertain yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like you like here. It's everyone is going to work. Everyone
Yeah.
is doing what
Yeah.
they should be doing.
Yeah.
But back home, there's not.
There's not
you
much-
have to
not
be,
much
yeah,
time for
there's not
play.
much going on. So there's a lot of opportunities back here for people who really wants to take advantage of that to grow.
And that's what
And
I
that's-
admire the most
yeah.
about you is you came here, you did speak English already. I've spoken with a few people who somehow, I don't know, props to them, but I know some people that have moved here without even knowing how to speak English, and they have even come up more than people I grew up with, where I'm like, man, y'all
True.
have no excuse.
True.
Because I know people that have, came here not knowing anybody, no money, barely speaking English, or even if at all, and they have made something of themselves. And I have friends that I've grown up with where, they might not have the best life, but they know people. They know how to speak English.
Yeah.
They just don't have any drive. So they're
True.
stuck,
True. True.
And not everybody, I don't think everybody has that in them, that entrepreneurship kind of way of thinking, which is good and bad. It's good for people like you and me because it's less people in the way. But
True.
I honestly wish everybody would see the value within themselves, because I think everybody is good at something.
Yes, everyone
Most people
is.
just don't ever
Everyone is.
find it. You know?
Even if you don't have, some people have talents, and
Yeah.
some people don't have the talents. But if you're not talented, you just have to work hard. Hard work eventually is just as good as talent. If
Yeah,
talent
exactly.
is,
If not more.
yeah,
you
if
know?
not more, you just gotta keep working harder. You'll get better. Consistency. You'll get better
exactly.
eventually.
Consistency.
So
Yeah. Just exactly how he consistently doesn't talk ever. And I picked him to be my co-host.
he's doing a good job.
You think so? Well, how would you rate him from 1 to 10 as a co-host?
8.
And
Honest person.
that's a lie right there. Yeah, I thought you were a truthful person.
You have a reason for him being a co-host.
Well, honestly,
so.
y'all, he balances me out because I
Exactly.
talk a lot, and
So,
he balances me out by chiming in here and there when needed, man. But he's probably one of the chillest dudes I ever met, which is why why I like working with them. But let's see, man. So. See, I again, this is the first time we got to sit down and talk, but do you want to do you said the fitness is more personal,
Yeah.
but you made a page and stuff for it, obviously,
Yeah.
so is that more just so you could follow your own personal journey, or do you want to kind of do what Mike does and start maybe
No,
I don't know anything about that industry.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a trainer because if you're not doing fitness for yourself, you're probably using it to make money. You're training people, you're making money. For me, making money out of fitness is not a goal. It's
Okay.
not really what I'm focused on.
Yeah.
It's just for me personally.
Right.
But if there's an opportunity to make money out of it, of course I will
Yeah.
venture into
And
that.
there
which-
is opportunities,
exactly,
multiple different,
exactly. If
um,
eventually I start promoting, which I really don't want to limit my production to certain things. Fitness is part of it. Music,
Yeah,
is
we
part
talked
of it.
about the music.
Even if it's short filming, video, music videos, photography, things like that. Whatever content I can create to promote my page, even if it has to do with fitness,
I will say this, and this is completely random, and it's something that every anybody on social media could wish for is and I mean, you might have forgot about this, man.
Yeah.
But you did have one thing happen a couple of years ago that boosted your Facebook like crazy, and you had a video go viral.
Yeah, true.
You want to explain that
was
really
true.
fast?
Okay, yeah. So I was walking downtown, and then some crazy guy was acting all weird. He was completely nude, like, I mean, he was probably on, I wouldn't say drugs, but
He
something
was on
not,
drugs, man.
yeah, something
Yeah.
not usual, so and I just happened to have the video posted on my Facebook and on my Instagram as well,
Okay,
and it
yeah.
went viral at the time. Uh, I had a couple of
The
interviews.
news.
Yeah,
And
came
and then I
by.
remember I saw you.
Yeah,
You had your
yeah. I was
your
also trying
fitness
to
and
use that.
stuff.
Yeah, I was
You were
trying to
using it to your
promote. Yeah,
advantage,
exactly.
as you
So
should. And I
exactly,
noticed
I
your
was trying to
numbers
do
shot
that
up a
as
little
well.
bit, and
Yeah,
definitely, people followed you and stuff
yeah,
off that. So that was just lucky,
yeah.
But
So I've always wanted to be in promotion from a very long time. I don't see myself as a talent. I don't. I really don't see something I'm good at.
really,
Honestly, no, I don't think
I think
there's
you're good
something
at
naturally.
entrepreneurship.
Yes, that's because I tend to pursue that. I know what I want to do, but
Yeah.
naturally, let's say for example, good at football
Right. I was
or
gonna bring up
sport. I'm not
sport
really
or
good at sport. I don't know how
guitar.
to sing. I don't, but I know how to make content. I know how
Yeah,
to make things
exactly.
happen, which is why I'm
Yeah.
going towards that production part. I know good music. I know
I'm excited for
quality
you.
things. So that's
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
part of me that I know for sure that I'm very good at, and whatever I'm good
Yeah.
at, I
You're gonna
work hard
capitalize on it.
exactly to make
Yeah.
sure I get better at it and
Okay.
get better at it.
Let's see. So
So
you move here. You're trying to, live the typical American dream. Go to school, get a degree. Blah blah blah. You're smart enough to learn very quickly that you don't have to go that route.
yeah,
Same as me.
yeah,
Unfortunately, even with me growing up here, it took me a while to realize this is not has nothing to do with what I want to do. And again, like I said, I've never not gotten a job because somebody was like, oh, maybe you didn't go to school though.
yeah.
Never once have I asked
True.
anybody. Now I mean I did go to school for audio engineering, and I did get certified as in the state of Texas as an audio engineer. But even that, I've never had anybody. They look at your work, your portfolio,
True.
they've never asked, "Damn, hey, well, you didn't go to school though." No, is your music good? Is your
Yeah.
quality good or
It's
not?
what about what you have to offer. Yeah.
It's like I said, you could. I brought this up a few times. You could, for people who some of the dopest artists I know didn't have the money to go to art school. Well, dude,
Mm-hmm.
I know artists that have lost or that have gotten a lot of really dope jobs. One working for Nike, um, does really good graphic designing. Taught him, didn't go to school or anything for it. So you don't. It's a good look,
True.
definitely, but
True.
you don't need
You
it,
don't need it. Yeah. School don't teach you the real stuff,
The
like
real,
what's out
yeah.
there.
It's not
You
gonna
have
teach you
to.
how to network. It's not
Yeah.
gonna teach you how to
Exactly.
go out of your comfort zone.
True.
It's not gonna teach
Those are
you.
some of the things you learn by yourself, being out there.
Now,
You
do
know.
you have a team that you work with, or do you do everything? You do everything by
I do
yourself,
everything
right?
myself right now, but
Yeah.
eventually I'm gonna have to work with several people.
Yeah, I've had,
Yeah,
like I said, when I first met you, it
yeah.
was just me, you know.
Even till now, it's still me 100% until
But you're gonna have to
yeah,
delegate at some
I'm gonna
point
have to. Yeah,
because there's not enough hours in the day.
yeah,
That's why
yeah,
I've built a team.
yeah.
Shout out Shanice. Shout out to T. Shout out to Merrick. Back from the ballet.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I remember him with the
The
air.
braces. He had. He's older, but 40.
I'm sure if I see him, I'll remember.
Yeah. Anyways, he's the president of I put him in place to be the president. He's
Okay.
quality control, stuff like that. He just overlooks everything because I'm too focused and unfocused because
At
my
the same
brain
time.
is runs a million miles an hour and I'm trying to do all this different stuff. And he's invested in the company, and so he kind of overlooks everything. And then I've got my right hand man here who is just trying to find a solid team, and I think if you had a solid team, you would just,
Yeah,
I mean, start really, really taking
trust me, and
off.
that's the most important part of whatever you do. Your team is the. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been in a situation where I can't function like literally just because I have no one to help me out
Yeah.
with the car
And just,
business
yeah.
too. You need a good solid part, even if it's not a partner, but someone you could rely on.
Yeah, and I was
At
gonna
least you
say
could call it brother.
you're better off being by yourself until you find somebody solid.
True. That's
You
very
know,
true.
and
100%.
because I could have, dude, I
100%.
get messages and emails all the time of people wanting to be a part of Klarity,
Yeah.
and I'll see what do you have to offer.
True.
And if a lot of them, they, I'm like, I'm better off still just, unfortunately,
Yeah.
doing it by myself
Yep.
until the right people have come along and I've
Yep.
been able to place people how I want. But let's see, where else? You got any questions or anything?
No,
You're just gonna keep on being quiet the whole episode?
I definitely just want to just absorb
It's a
everything.
lot to soak in, though, right? I told you that
Yeah,
before he
but
came on. He's
I
an
mean,
inspiration, man.
it ain't like I'm just over here being silent. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking.
Okay.
Like I got a brain.
Well, think out
you
loud.
know?
You co-hosting a podcast. Think out loud, little boy. Like I said, man, I only had a couple little okay, so one thing I did want to, and this is very, very broad, but and now that we've talked a little bit, I kind of have to rearrange how I want to word the question, but I was gonna kind of ask you about goals, but you're doing a lot, and the car thing, I'm sure you probably do that. There's no reason to ever. That's always going to be very good money coming in. And
that's always gonna keep going.
Why would you ever, stop that or whatever? And so you got that fitness thing. You said more personal. And real quick, what's the name of? Because Mike does do that, right? That is his profession.
Well,
right?
You talking about the car business, or you talking
No,
about
I'm
the
talking
fitness?
about Gideon.
Yeah, Mike Gideon. Yeah, that's his profession.
He flips cars too.
He does. Yeah,
Oh,
he
man,
flips
you
cars.
need to get me in.
He flips cars as well.
I didn't know that, but I wanted to give a shout out because he is based out of Fort Worth,
and
right?
he's also one of the main guy who would train me, as well.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
Yeah, as far as
what's
fitness.
the name of his?
Mike Gazelle, something like that.
Okay,
that's his Instagram.
I'll put the link below for my boy Mike Gideon. Man, he's a really good dude. Just a really good guy. Again, another guy that we met
doing valet as well.
The valet, man. But I follow him on Instagram and everything, and I know he's a really good trainer. And I've never gone to him. I mean, I'm
he's
sure
a
you
good
could
trainer.
attest.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Even with the, whenever we be working, I know he'd be every like 3 hours. He'd be like, I have to go get this meal in.
Yeah,
like
and he still trains some of my personal friends too.
With the nutrition, not just the working out, but nutrition is almost more important than the working out. And I'm just regurgitating things I've heard. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about as far as fitness goes.
He does all of that. When it comes to fitness and training, he's the guy I go to pretty much. So.
That's what I'm saying. So shout out to him. I'll put his link below if y'all are in the DFW area and y'all are looking for a good trainer, man. He's definitely. I've thought multiple times about reaching out to him and trying to hop on, but the thing with me is it's really not an excuse. It's time. It's the time. I do go to the gym, and do what I can, but I don't want to go to him until I'm really ready to not waste his time or my time. I need to actually really do it,
Gotcha.
But when the time comes, that's the guy I'm going to reach out to get me right. But right now, like we were saying, until I can get my team built to where they can take some load off of me, I'm over here just doing too much, man.
True.
Doing too much. So we'll fast forward now, man. So you're here. You dropped out of the. I don't even like saying dropped out because that's kind of like a negative kind of vibe. You made a smart choice and you went your way. You made your decision to just do other things, get to the money or whatever. But your new venture, which is what made you and me even start talking again recently, is this production company. Do you have a name for that yet, or were you even still so early that you don't even?
No, it's still gonna be it's gonna be Kez Production.
Okay. Like you said, so everything will be under that
everything
umbrella.
is
Okay.
Kez is a brand for me. It's a personal brand that I'm trying to build, and whatever brand I'm trying to branch into, that name kind of goes with me. Kez. So
exactly.
I took it personal. So
and you should, man.
So
that's your
we'll
name.
see. We'll
That's
see
your
where
brand.
it goes. We'll see where it goes from here on. Or let's say from 2020, because that's when I'm gonna eventually start
I'm
the
sorry,
process,
y'all,
kicking
again
the
for
process.
upstairs. This is ridiculous. But like I said, we definitely want to link up with you as whenever you get that up and running, and if I can help in any way,
Oh, trust me, and I've always wanted to work with you. You know that
yeah, like
even
I
the
said,
last
we've
time,
tried
yeah.
a couple of times.
Clarity is also
We're still going strong.
eventually,
You
yeah,
see, it's not going anywhere. We're only
yeah.
building.
I would love to do some work with you. In the future,
Yeah,
which is
and
gonna be
it'll
very soon,
happen. It'll
very very
happen.
soon.
Like the cars.
Yeah,
Obviously, we nothing to because I do score for film. I
yeah,
record. I
yeah.
do this and that. And so now you're finally working in the field in my
Yes,
industry. So
in
now
your yeah.
we can
Yeah,
actually
and I
work.
remember back then too, back in Valet, because a lot of things do stick to me. You told me you used to work back production, backstage whenever artists
Yeah,
coming in,
yeah.
and yeah,
And that was a
so
dream job, and I hate that
yeah.
I lost it, but
But
that
I
was
mean,
a
it's still
dream job.
it's what you're doing right now.
Yeah,
Eventually, you could get big enough to where you could make yourself available to that platform.
it's going to get that
So
big, man.
exactly.
I
So
mean, I
it's
went
just
from setting up
keep.
Lil Wayne's
Mm-hmm.
shows
Yep.
to losing that job, and the reason I lost it is because I started trying to do my own. I started Clarity, and
Gotcha.
I started again, man. You don't have time to just do everything.
Yeah.
If I did, I would still be in school, and I would still be working for that production company, and I would
True.
still. But like, I just realized if if I'm not gonna put 110% into this, it's not gonna go anywhere.
And that's very
There's a
true.
lot of competition.
There's a lot of competition.
You
Yeah.
and it just takes time, and things don't just happen, man. You have to make them happen.
You have to set yourself separate and unique from other people.
Exactly.
That's how
Yeah.
you grow.
One thing I'm curious is because you're doing a lot, same as me, except you're in multiple. Everything I do is in the entertainment industry. You're over here branching out like crazy. Are you? I'm just. This is a personal question. I'm because I do this. Do you write your goals down on paper, or do you just keep them all in your head, or
Okay, I
how do you go about making something from an idea to bringing it to life?
okay. So for me personally, I don't write it down. I have an idea, it's gonna get stuck, and just like every other ideas, you can't really establish. You can't get everything going on right away. It takes time. It takes
Yeah.
steps, especially if you know what you're doing or you're trying to you know what you're getting into.
To do it right.
Yeah, to do it right.
You
I've
could do
always
it
had the
quick, but
ideas.
it's not gonna be.
True, it's not gonna be right. It's not gonna building a team is not gonna take a day. It's a work in progress or process.
Always.
Yeah. So for me, production is has always been there. I never write it out. I just knew someday I'm gonna get my things together and just get it done.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I just have to wait for the right time, the right moment. Uh,
But you're not just waiting. I mean, we've been talking the past
yeah,
couple
we've
weeks
been talking
about
about it.
what do you need, what gear do you need, this and
Um,
that, and I'm still learning too as
okay.
well as far as that. So shout out to Jesus Pasos. I don't know if you've reached out to him, but he'd be a good. You can get a lot of knowledge from him as far as the
Okay.
film.
Well, I've been wanting to do this actually since summer of this year. I had, life is always gonna throw different things at you that you never expect. In life you always have to have a plan A, plan B, and plan C if possible, because things
See,
never seems to go
I'm
like
gonna
a plan
disagree.
A.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that
You
one,
think
man.
so?
I used to think that I used to be a big believer in having a plan A and a plan B.
Mm-hmm.
And just from watching, listening to people like Gary Vee and other, inspirational speakers and things, fuck that. I got a plan A, and that's the only plan that I have.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not,
It's
I'm
risky.
not talking about different plans. I'm talking about one plan. But what I'm saying is, let's say for example, I wanted to start my production in 2000 in May during summer of 2019.
Okay, yeah.
But I have different things came up that dragged that plan back to
Right. I got
where
you.
am I right now.
Yeah.
But it's still a plan that I'm
Yeah, you're
sticking
still
to.
executing it, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just life is always gonna come up with something that you're not prepared for that might
Yeah,
delay.
always.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Always.
what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got
so it's just basically a delay. I had other things came up this summer that I had to really take care of that was urgent.
Yeah.
So
That's
hopefully
never gonna stop, unfortunately.
2020 is when you know I pray to God I'm gonna start professionally getting into. I already have a few gadgets or items
Yeah.
to start with.
Okay.
I just need to get more like, cameras, and
Yeah, you're gonna need
they're
a team
expensive
for
as well,
that
and a
because
team
you
as
can't
well.
do it all that by yourself. Like this
Yeah,
podcast,
I'll need
I
talent
have
as
the
well too.
Shanice, I have T.
Yep, yep. I'll
Um,
need content. I'll need
yeah,
script
you
writers.
can't
I'll
just
need
be
a
in a
lot
room
of
by
things.
yourself. I
Exactly.
mean, you can't run all the cameras. You're gonna
True.
have you're
True.
gonna need,
Yeah.
again,
So
you mentioned your brother. To that's that could potentially be a big piece of the puzzle
yeah,
missing that
yeah,
could
he's gonna
help
be a
you out
big
quite a
piece of
bit.
it, to help me out.
Yeah.
And hopefully, summer 2020 is hopefully gonna be lit. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be, uh, you know, creating events, making shows if possible,
Yeah.
because I mean, I wouldn't say I know a lot of artists, but I know people who know artists. I
But
know how to make sure I
but
could
that's
get
where
my
you and me
connection
connect
exactly.
because I have T right now, and then shout out to YKK, aka Kush, aka Josh.
Hmm.
Um, those are the two artists that I have that are part of Klarity, but I have other clients as well, and
Yeah, and
they're always looking for
Clarity is also
photography.
always gonna be there to help me out too, every step of the
Yeah,
way. Cause I'm always gonna, if I
uh,
got any questions
I
or
got you,
help, yeah, I'm
man.
always gonna come back
I
to you,
got you, man. That's a reason why I've
and
stayed in contact with you
yeah,
over all these years. The main reason being because you're just an inspiration to me. Because
appreciate that.
you do,
Thanks.
I hope you understand that. You really, bro, it's impressive, man.
Appreciate
Your journey so
it.
far, and you're young, dude. That's the other thing. Is like, dude, I'm ready to see what I do and what you do in the next 20 years, man. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
lot of time because, like you said earlier, bro, we were just valeting,
yeah,
getting shitted on with nothing.
true.
And we're still super far from, I am at least, super
Yeah,
far from where I want to be.
yeah,
But
still far from
man,
the goal.
just in that short amount of time, I mean, look at how far I've come
That's
and
true.
far you've come. So just, I can only think of, I'm just excited for like 20
I am
years,
too.
30 years
I am
for it,
too. I'm
like,
excited for the future, because I'm only gonna keep growing, and we always gonna work hard to get better at whatever we
yeah,
do.
exactly.
So
And I don't think you ever lose that. People, if you're born with that drive,
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure things can happen, whatever to derail you. But from people that I know that are entrepreneurs or that just have that drive, it don't only seems to get more and more. Just they just seem to amplify it over time and do go even harder.
yeah, it's just one economical fact that you could state. Humans cannot be satisfied. We
You're
always,
always gonna want the
at
next.
least not exactly, not average of us, or not everyone. We don't get content. We want more. We want more.
Yeah.
It's
As
just
soon as
it
you reach
depends
this
on,
goal, now you're
yeah,
gonna be
set up a
now
new
what?
goal exactly.
And
So
I think that's perfectly fine and it's
yeah, that's just
natural
the
as a
push and the
human
drive.
to
Yep. It's natural as human to keep, hopefully, to keep going.
yeah, to be
To keep pushing.
content is, it's a nice feeling, but it's also a trap
Yeah, it's a
potentially.
trap.
Um,
True, cause you're stuck. You either
yeah,
growing or yeah.
exactly, man. I mean, do you have anything at all you want to say?
I
Because we're
just
probably gonna wrap it up. How
no,
are we
no.
looking on time, Shanice?
He's a good guess.
Appreciate
Definitely. You know
that.
what I
Probably the
mean?
dopest guest we've had, man. Right?
I mean,
No, I
yeah.
mean, well, everybody does
We
their
have
own
we
thing.
have good people, good
Just
quality
yours,
people.
just the listeners are definitely going to soak up a lot of knowledge, and I hope they're inspired as I am from you, man. And again, I don't even talk to you, man, that
Yeah.
often, but I've always been watching you, man, and I've stayed in contact with you for a reason, and you're gonna do great things, man, and
Definitely.
nothing stopping you,
I look
man.
forward to that.
There's
I
nothing
really look
stopping
forward
you,
to it.
man. Like you said, even when things in life pop up that postpone things and derail you, you're always gonna. You're not just gonna quit.
No, quitting is not an option. I
Exactly.
mean,
It's not an
yeah,
option,
quitting
man.
is not an option. It's as bad as it might sound. It's just logical. Whenever we humans quit, that's pretty much, I think, it's the end of the road.
Yeah,
That's just the
it
end of it.
is.
True.
It is the
So
end. If you quit,
if you quit, that's it. If
hmm
if you're not quitting, then there's still a lot to hope for.
all right. So yeah, so
And to
we'll
work for.
start to wrap it up, but I'll just kind of ask you a little cliche question. In the next, and again, like you just said, who knows what life is always throwing crazy stuff,
Yeah.
you know, crazy things at you or whatever, good and bad. Uh, like me personally, I never knew. I had this podcast launched a couple years ago, but I got derailed.
Yeah.
Other things started happening. I didn't have time. I had to pick and choose.
Yeah.
Shout out to Austin Jeter. You know, he was my older co-host, and
And you've came a long way too. I mean, since the
man,
last
from
time,
that,
you've
from the
came a
last
long
time,
way.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
that I
that
was
because
there.
I'm proud of
You've came a
myself
long
because
way. I mean, I could tell.
I
So,
appreciate
and
that.
I've also kept in touch with your Instagram page. I've seen most of
Yeah.
the works you've been doing, and
Yeah.
places you've been to. I'm like, yeah, I'm proud of my boy. I think, yeah,
Man, I
we could do
appreciate that.
we could do some work together
Yeah, we're
eventually.
definitely gonna
Yeah.
do some work. T
So-
will be me and T will be one of your first, definitely one of your first clients because we're always gonna need. He's a hip hop artist, man, and I don't even want to box him into hip hop. He's just a artist, and we're always gonna need photos. We're gonna need videos. We're gonna need content.
Yes.
And I'm hoping the best for you as far as that because that's gonna be something brand new for you.
Yeah, it is.
You
It
know?
is. It's something I've
But
never
so
done
is the
before.
car thing.
Yeah.
So is everything
True.
you do. Is you sing
Life is all about learning. As long as you're willing to learn, you'll.
Yeah. Like, Dr. Dre
Yeah.
said, and it stuck with me when I heard this as a very, young kid is, even Dr. Dre, you think Dr. Dre, he's at the very top of producing. He's the top. He's always said, I've always remained a student, always. And he still claims,
Yeah.
I'm always going to be a student. I'm never going to claim to be the master or know it all because you're never going to know it all.
No,
Even
you're not.
Dr. Dre in music, he still says I'm a student, and I think that's why he is the best because
True.
he's constantly
That's very true.
learning.
True.
But unless Shanice, you got anything? T, you got anything at all before we wrap it up? Like I said, I didn't want to keep you here too long, man. Let me just make sure I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I wanted to keep it pretty simple with you today, man. I definitely do want to have you, as I've told all the guests, man. The reason I want to keep this short, not have this continue on for 2 or 3 hours, because I know you and me could keep talking forever. Is I'd rather just talk to you for a little bit and have you back on, and that way my viewers can follow your journey instead of having you on once a year for 3 hours.
Gotcha.
I'd rather a couple months from now. People are gonna want to see where's the production going. Where's it? Did he fall
Very
off?
true.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
How's this going? How's that going? And so
Yeah.
we're probably gonna.
I won't fall off.
I know you're not.
We'll make sure we get this done.
And that, like I said,
Yeah.
I know you're not. I'm just speaking from
Yeah.
the viewers. Just
And
I know
I'll-
people are gonna be rooting for you.
Yeah, I would love to be back here, and I mean, there's a lot of talent out there that I'm hoping to place my hands on. Work with.
Work with, lift them up. They'll
Yeah,
lift you up.
at the end of the day, I want to leave a footprint.
Same here,
a
man.
major work. So
That's why
that's the goal.
entertainment is so good because it's documented forever.
Yes.
Whether it's a movie or
Yeah.
a picture or, that's also I'm working on a book. Anything entertainment it's documented forever, man.
True.
Forever.
True. It's always gonna be there.
And
always gonna
that's
be
the
there.
main thing that I think drew me younger is. Again, not in a conceited way, like I want to be remembered, but I do, man. I do want to leave a footprint, a positive
I
one.
do.
at
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You
I do
know.
want to be remembered too.
I
I want
wanna
to leave a positive.
positive, yeah, because you
footprint
could leave a
towards-
footprint and
true.
it could be very negative as
True.
well. You could
True,
be
a
known
very
for some
positive
fucked
one.
up shit.
Yeah.
But I want to be known for inspiring
Inspiration.
people and motivating. And half the time when I'm talking to myself, man, about trying to make sure I stay accountable for the things I'm saying, and even this podcast when I say things, I'm like, man, that's documented now.
Yeah.
Like I have to do that now.
Yeah.
You know.
True.
And so, man, if that's all I have, man. I've probably talked your ear off, man. Do you have anything for us, man? I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Unfriended.
Thanks for having me around.
Thank you for supporting Klarity.
Yeah, I
You know,
appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
and thank you for always supporting me and Klarity. And like I said, man, we're gonna
There'll
do.
be more to work. We'll work together for sure. There'll be more work coming up that we'll have to do together.
Yeah, it's
even
gonna
some
make
of
sense
some of
now.
my work too that I might need help with, and have you on board. So
We're
we'll
gonna
see how it goes
definitely-
from here.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely link up.
I'll keep in touch, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what
I'm
happens
extremely
next. Trust
excited,
me.
man. Like I said, I was already excited for you as far as just everything you do. But now you're working in my industry.
Yeah,
So now
I'm in your space.
I'm super. You know, I'm super excited. So let me hang tight for a minute, man. Let me give a shout out again to the sponsors. And when we get done, man, I'll show you some of their stuff. I know you're probably not a big hat person. I don't think I've ever seen you wear a hat before. But they do have shirts. They do have stickers,
Okay.
dope stuff like that. Man,
Yeah.
I'll show you all their merchandise when we get done. But shout out to Panther City Hat Company. Again, it's the holidays. It'd be a perfect gift, a little stocking stuffer, whatever you want to do. They got, you know, shirts, stickers, hats. They just launched hats for kids. So if you want to match, you know, with your little one or whatever, y'all can have some matching hats. Right now, they're going to be doing 15% off at their online store. Just use the code Unfriended at checkout at PantherCityHatCo.com. It's PantherCityHatCo.com. I'll put the link below. You can find them at Panther City Hat Company on Instagram and Facebook. Shout out to Klarity Music Group for the production of this podcast. Again, you can find them on at claritymusicgroup.com and Klarity Music Group LLC on Instagram and Facebook. It's Klarity with a K. And man, we'll wrap it up, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
I appreciate you coming on.